My Old Testament narrative is from 2 Samuel chapter 9, the story of David encounter with Mephibosheth. Now, some of the backstory. Mephibosheth was the son of Jonathan, which makes him the grandson of Saul. And when Jonathan was off at battle with Saul, the Mephibosheth was cared for by a nurse. And Jonathan and Saul were killed on the same day. And word got back to Mephibosheth's nurse that they had died. So she grabbed up all the belongings of Mephibosheth and headed out the door to hide him. Because when a king is defeated, the conquering king will normally come and wipe out all family members of that king so that nobody can step in to take over the throne. So in her haste of running out, she dropped Mephibosheth. And it really makes her not that great of a nurse, if you ask me. But anyway. And he hit the ground and became lame in both of his feet. So now he was a crippled child, which will turn into a crippled adult. And David was king. And David had conquered nation upon nation. And he was back in Jerusalem, and he was thinking back to a time where he was with his best friend, who happened to be Jonathan, and he made a covenant with Jonathan. And the covenant would be he would never cut off Jonathan's family from kindness, and he would always show kindness to Jonathan's family. And David was just wondering who was remaining. So he asked, he goes, "Who's remaining in the house of Saul that I can show kindness to?" And they were thinking around, I don't know who it could be. But wait a minute, there's Saul's servant, Ziba. Ziba will know. Then David says, "Well, go get him." So they went and got Ziba. Ziba came before before David. And David asked him, he goes, "Who is still remaining in the family of Saul that I can show kindness to?" And Ziba says, "Well, there's Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth." And he goes, "Where is he?" Ziba gave him the location, and they sent for Mephibosheth. And Mephibosheth was brought before King David, and he was probably scared, nervous, just trembling, because he knew this was it. He was dead. And they were going to kill him, make it a big execution. And when they brought him before King David, he fell flat on his face before David. And David looked at him and saw that he was shaking and goes, "Mephibosheth, is that you?" And he goes, "It is your servant." He goes, "Don't fear. I've called you here to show you kindness." And Mephibosheth was, "Oh, wow." And thinking, okay, a little relaxation there. And then he goes, "Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you all the land that your grandfather had. And on top of that, I'm going to invite you to dine at my table continually." And Mephibosheth was thinking, hold on a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. Why are you going to do this to me? I am just a dead dog. And Scripture doesn't tell us what David said to Mephibosheth. But David turned to Ziba and goes, "Ziba, I've given all of Saul's property to Mephibosheth. And since you're in the house there, servant in the house of Saul, you're now going to serve Mephibosheth." And he goes, "Okay, all my sons and all my servants." He goes, "Yes, all your sons and all your servants, all 15 sons and 20 servants are going to work the land for Mephibosheth. And also, Mephibosheth is going to dine with me from now on as one of my sons." Ziba goes, "Okay, and if that's what you command, we will serve Mephibosheth." And from then on, Mephibosheth moved to Jerusalem, hung out in J-Town, and he dined at the table continually, just as one of David's sons. But the scripture ends with an interesting note. After this great story, it ends with, and he was lame in both feet.